Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to Driven. My name is Pavel, and this is Tip of the Month. Today, we are going to be looking at my 2005 Acura MDX and solve the noisy power steering pump. If you have a Honda or Acura with the 3.2-liter engine, you will most likely have the same exact pump. And if yours makes a lot of noise in the morning time until the engine gets warm, or maybe it makes it just non-stop, I would definitely suggest trying these steps first before you shell out anywhere between 100 and I think almost 400 for the OEM part. So try these steps first. I think it will cost you $10 at the very most for all of the supplies you may need. And the supplies that you will need is going to be the O-ring that goes on the very top over here. The O-ring, you can go to any Acura dealer. I will post the part number in the description below for the part you need. The second thing that you will need is the Mega Black OEM high-temp silicone gasket maker. I got this from, I think, AutoZone. And again, it was dirt cheap, like $4 or $5. Let's get started. The first thing that you will want to do is remove this power steering reservoir. And it just has one hose and another hose right here that attach to it. And for that, you can just use the pliers to remove it. Once you have taken it out, you can slide this guy out. What I did before, I probably should tell you step one before you start taking the hoses out. I used an old lotion bottle pumping mechanism to suck out as much of the power steering fluid as possible. The more you remove, obviously less will spill. I'd still have some towels ready in case any more spills. But once you have removed this power steering reservoir, you want to clean it very well. I use Dawn dish soap. It's a good degreaser. And also I used an old toothbrush. Don't use your wife's. She definitely won't be too thrilled about that. So just use any old brush. If you want to spend some money, you can go and buy an actual bottle brush and use that instead. But you want to clean inside of the container itself, and also it does have a filter in it, and you want to clean that very well as well. And what I did after I cleaned it with water is I hosed it down with, I think it was either power steering fluid or the carb choke cleaner. Make sure you get all of that stuff to really flush out. And once it dries dry. So you don't need to worry about water residue still being inside that reservoir once you put it back into the car. And then after you have done that and you have connected the hoses, you're ready for the step two. The step two would be to remove these two 10mm bolts and sliding this part out. Again, make sure that you have a towel ready to go because some fluid will drip out. This is the connection that has that O-ring that you bought from the dealer. You want to remove the old one, put the new one on. I used some fresh power steering fluid to just lubricate it a little bit to make it easier to slide back in. The step three is going to be to remove the 10mm bolt that's located right here. It's just above my finger. And for that, I just used a wrench and went right through here between the belt. Once you have that removed, you can inspect it and clean it. It does have another O-ring on it. If the Acura dealer sells one of those, you can definitely try to get it. I don't remember seeing any part numbers for it. But mine was super old, and that rubber turned into plastic. So what I did instead is I just took some of that silicone gasket maker that I showed you earlier in the video, and I put a layer of it just around the edge, and I slid it back in. You can see a little bit of that gasket maker right here on the outside. That kind of just came out when I put everything back in. But the third part is what really solved the problem for me. I have earlier done the cleaning of the reservoir. That didn't solve it. I also replaced the O-ring, and again, it made it be a little bit better, but the noise was still there. And just by chance, actually, I found that creating a new seal on that bottom, I think this is going to be the hose that feeds the power steering fluid into the pump. So that feed hose is what really caused the problem. Otherwise, I was ready to shell out the $300 for the new pump. And I'm glad that I found a different solution that's definitely a lot cheaper. So give that a try, see if it works. If it does and you do have a few seconds, please comment below and let other people know that, hey, this really does work. Because I'd love to hear it myself, and also I'm sure other people would love to know that, hey, is this really worth their time? So again, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.